In this video, we're going to take a look at grouping objects. All right, so anytime that we're modeling and we have objects that are part of an assembly, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and group them. And it's really helpful whenever I'm trying to position them in a place like this, where I have the propeller and the motor, and I want to go ahead and get those into these positions. So let's go ahead and select the two pieces, the motor and the propeller, and let's go up to Group and then hit Group. Let's go ahead and call this Propeller Assembly and hit Enter. And you'll notice it creates a group called Propeller Assembly, and then it has the two objects that are part of that contained in that. So now what I want to do is I want to go to my top view, and I want to center the pivot point of these objects, and I want to put those right here in the center because it's just going to help me to rotate those around. Now, another thing that I could do is just reverse the values, because we've built this at 0, 0, remember. And so what I could do is just say, all right, well, I want to move it this amount just in the negative direction. So if I hit Control C to copy that, let's hold down Shift, duplicate it over. Let's make it an instance, and let's hit OK. And then I'm going to hit Control V and hit Enter there. Let's hit Control V, but then add a negative to that. And then now what I can do is I can take both of these, and I can hold down Shift, and I could drag that up. Now, one thing that I forgot was to grab the Y value of one of those. So let's hit Control C to copy that. And then let's hit Control or Shift and move that up. Let's make those an instance. Now, in each one of these, if we have both of them together, we can't type in the value. So let's hit Control V, and then let's take out the negative in that. And then same thing here, Control V, and then let's remove the negative and hit Enter. So we've added those pretty simply in the scene there. Now, they are instances, so if I grab one, you'll notice that just because it's an instance, I can't grab anything on the inside of that. Well, to do that, what I need to do is I need to go to Group and then Open. So if I needed to change the position of this piece, I could do that. Now, one thing that instances do not do is if I were to rotate this piece here, notice it doesn't rotate any of the others. Okay, so just basic transform information does not get instance over, and that's a really good thing, actually. So just be aware of that. Now, you'll notice this pink bounding box. This is letting us know that we have opened this group, and anytime that we're finished, we need to go ahead and close that. So I'm going to go to Group and then Close. Now, if I did have this opened and I wanted to start doing some more work, let's say maybe I wanted to add a segment across the center here, I could just connect that, and with that, let me grab my Move tool, and I'll pull that segment up. Notice the segment has been created on all of the other ones. So that's the really beauty of creating those instances, and that's why I like to create them first. And then I'll come to a point to where I decide, all right, I don't need them to be duplicates of one another. I need to start making them unique, and then I can do that at a later time. So let me go ahead and hit Control Z to remove that segment there, and then we'll go to Group and then Close this object. Now, while you're in a sub-object mode, Close is not available, so make sure you turn that off and then go to Group and then Close. All right, so we've just learned how to group objects together and to instance groups, and it makes it a lot easier to move those around. So we're making pretty good progress on our drone. There are some things that we'll still need to do, like adding some details like this line through the center of the drone to make it look like it's two pieces that are snapped together. Some details on the motor and also on the propeller. I would want to do some more detail work. There's also these lights across the bottom, which we'll need to take care of as well. And I'm going to actually show you how to do that in the next video. It's going to just basically be a refresher on some of the tools that we've already used, and you might even take this opportunity to just look at the shape of that and then maybe even try to build it out on your own. I would let you know right now that I am going to use the polygons and inset that into position, so that might be something that you want to try out on your own. So in the next lesson, we'll get started with that.